Hi everyone, Megan here, nutrition practitioner and also the creator of Skinny Fitalicious, where you get gluten-free, low-calorie recipes made with real food ingredients. Today I want to share with you my thoughts on the keto diet. Every day I get at least 2 or 3 people asking me about keto and if it is a diet that I recommend for weight loss. So the thoughts that I'm going to give to you today are my personal opinions as well as some science-based research that I have done on the keto diet. So first and foremost, if you're not familiar with what the keto diet is, it is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet consisting of 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% of carbs. So it is a super low-carb diet. And what is different about this diet versus just a low carb diet is that this diet actually alters your metabolism into a state of what's called ketosis. So our body is used to and prefers to use glucose, which comes from carbohydrates, as its primary fuel for energy. And when we go into ketosis, your body creates something that's called ketones, and this is what your body uses as energy. Your body basically is shifting its fuel from that quick energy from carbohydrates into burning fat from storage or from fat that you're eating. So, and fat is the only nutrient that you're getting that your body cannot turn into fuel. Protein can be broken down and converted into immediate energy and fuel for the body. So some of the clinical uses in studies that have shown keto as being an effective use for treatment, it is actually epilepsy. And it started in the 1920s by registered dietitians who were treating epileptics with the keto diet and found some successful results with them on it long term. It is still used today, and as a matter of fact, there's also other uses like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, as well as PCOS. There are uses for that. Some of the things that you have to consider on the keto diet. Number 1, you have to track your macros very diligently, and you have to be extremely precise to get that 70, 25, and 5% breakdown. That is very difficult for some people. Some people find it really difficult to have to put all their recipes into MyFitnessPal or another software that tracks their calories and macros for them. So you have to be really diligent. I mean, going out, you really have to know exactly what you're getting and what those portions are, because like I said, you could very easily go up on your protein and your body would use that as carbohydrate fuel potentially instead of keeping you in ketosis. So that leads me into saying that protein is something that people usually go wrong with in keto. And the reason I say that is because most people don't understand the biochemistry that happens in the body when we eat certain foods. So protein, for instance, if you go over a certain amount of grams per sitting when you eat, if you go over that amount, your body starts to break it down as if it were a carbohydrate into glucose. You see, your body can only utilize and break down so much protein at one particular time. So even when you're doing a low carb diet, you kind of have to watch carefully the amount of protein you're getting in each sitting. Otherwise, you are getting that extra glucose. The other thing is that when you go keto, a lot of people report getting sick, and this is extremely common. It is known as the keto flu, and you can get it from anywhere to 3 days to 14 days while you're entering ketosis. Some people actually experience it longer, and this is usually a result of them eating too much protein or getting carbohydrates in their diet too soon and not letting their body fully adjust to going into ketosis. The other thing is you will note that you get really smelly pee. This is your body getting rid of those ketones as it's utilizing them as energy. So your urine will smell pretty bad. And that's something that a lot of people don't tell you when you go keto. Your friends are like, hey, let's go keto. Did they mention to you some of those side effects? Probably not. The other thing with keto is that it is really hard to maintain long term. So if you are somebody who's like, I really want to lose weight, I really want to lose it for life and keep it off, you really have to think about things like when you go on vacation, when you go out to a restaurant, how are you going to keep that fat percentage super, super high, keep that protein right where it should be, and those carbs right where it should be. So that is something that you have to consider when you go keto. The other thing is you really do need to be on the keto diet 2 to 3 months to get into full-on ketosis, and that can be super hard for people to really stay on it those 2 to 3 months. Most people go on diets and they stay on it like a week or two and they give up. That's what happens. The other thing with keto diet is that you're eliminating carbohydrates, and natural foods like produce, fruits and vegetables, things that we should be eating on a regular basis, they have minerals, they have vitamins, they have phytonutrients. You do not get those on a keto diet. So you have to highly supplement your diet with pills or some other way to make up for basically what you're not getting. Why is that so important? So things like phytonutrients. This is something we don't talk about enough, but phytonutrients are cancer protecting. The more vegetables, the more fruits that you're eating, the more natural foods, you see they have bright colors on them. Those bright colors mean they are good for you. Your cells love them. They have cancer fighting and cancer protecting properties in them. So the more that you eat, the more that you're helping your body prevent disease development. And you're missing this on a keto diet. This is one thing that I personally don't like about the keto diet, because you're just eliminating foods and you're restricting. The other thing is, like I said, you are eliminating vitamins and minerals that are key to your diet, and you can develop nutritional deficiencies. So you have to be supplementing, doing a lot of supplements to get those vitamins and minerals. Most individuals, the average everyday American, doesn't realize that. Then they end up having nutrient deficiencies, they have hormone problems, and they have bone density issues potentially that result from not getting those things. The other thing that happens when you're on the keto diet is that it is super low fiber. And fiber is something that our GI tract loves, and we need to go poo every day. So if you feel constipated, it's probably because you're eating a little bit too much fat and not getting a healthy balance of those carbohydrates, or you're not getting enough water. So a lot of people go on keto. That transition is really hard because you're eating a lot of fat. It can be really hard on your GI tract. Not to mention, fiber has so many health benefits that go beyond weight loss. I mean, fiber is shown in every study to reduce your weight and to help you keep it off, but it also helps reduce your cholesterol. So fiber is kind of like, it goes in and it like sticks to all the bad cholesterol in your body and it removes it through your poop. So when you're not getting that fiber, I don't really know how you're excreting some of that bad cholesterol, okay? So which leads me to say that, cholesterol can go up on the keto diet, and that can be a problem for people who have a family history of heart disease. So that's something to consider, because you are eating high fat, and most of the time people are eating high saturated fat and not really watching the type of fat that they're getting on a keto diet. So that also leads me to say that the next challenge with the keto diet is that most individuals, most people who are on a standard American diet, eating McDonald's, eating, ice cream and chips and cookies regularly, they look at a keto diet and they're like, oh, I can eat all the fat I want. They are not looking at the keto diet and saying, okay, I need to eat healthier fats like raw nuts and seeds and coconut oil and coconut butter and avocados. They don't think that way. They start thinking bacon. They start thinking, all the foods that are higher in saturated fats. Now, I will say that studies show people who maintain the keto diet for 3 years or more do keep the weight off, and they do have better cholesterol, and a lot of their health markers are better. But the key here is that these people have been on this diet long term. Most people who are looking to drop weights are not planning to be on this diet long term. And that for me is the problem. The real problem is most people want a quick diet fix. And this is not it. This keto diet is something you have to commit to being on for 3 years or more so that you really are transitioning to a new lifestyle, a new way of eating, a new way of pairing your foods and looking at how you consume foods. And for some people, that really works great. The other thing with keto that most people don't understand is that carbohydrates are very high in water. So when you go on a low carb diet or even a keto diet, what happens is you drop weight very quickly and you get really excited because you're like, this is working. It's a quick fix. I love it. But really what happened was you eliminated carbs, you reduced those carbs, and you lost water weight, not fat. So what happens is people get off the keto diet, they start eating the way that they used to, and they regain all that weight, and they're like, what did I do wrong? It's all the carbohydrates, it's all water weight. So, and that water, your body needs water. It needs it to lubricate your bones and joints, to move things around in your bloodstream, to get cholesterol out, to move your GI tract. I mean, there's just a ton of reasons why we need that water. There's a reason why it's in those carbs, and there's a reason why you weigh a little bit more because of that water. Our body is made up of a lot of water. So the bottom line, and this is what my real opinion of this diet is that too many people are still looking for quick fixes and they believe keto is it. If you are somebody who is committed to doing keto for 3 years or more, you're gonna get great results. But it has to be a lifestyle that you are gonna commit to for 3 years or more. And I'm not confident as a nutrition practitioner, based on the people that I work with and I talk to every day, that most people could do that. You have to be extremely strong-willed to be able to do this diet and to find recipes, come up with recipes that have that specific macronutrient breakdown. So that's a lot of work. And in my opinion, there's a lot of negatives to doing this diet. It's not something that's healthy. You're not getting vitamins and minerals. You're not getting those cancer protecting phytonutrients from fruits and vegetables. It's my opinion. And if you read my blog, you know I am anti-diets. I didn't lose 80 pounds by going on keto. I lost 80 pounds by walking every day and by slowly changing my diet over the course of a year. And that was through incorporating more lean protein, more vegetables, more fruits into my diet to crowd out all the crap that I had been eating before the whole rest of my life. So my advice to you is if you really want to drop weight, you want to keep it off for good, you really need to look at what your options are and think about, how do I want to live my life 5 years from now? 5 years from now, do I want to be eating a super high fat diet like the keto diet? Do I think I can maintain it even with all of the things that you have to consider? Or is it easier for me to try to live a more balanced approach with lean protein, fruits and vegetables, and get a couple of treats here and there, which can be done? So that is what you have to think about. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so leave some comments below. Any questions, guys, comment, and I will let you know what my thoughts are. Bye, guys.